Okay. Welcome back to Forgotten City. As you know, yesterday could have gone better. Loads better. Although regarding one or two of the things, loads better. But now, hopefully, I'll be able to do one or two things I've been really wanting to do. Because yesterday, one or two things that I wanted to do didn't go as well as I was hoping. So, unfortunately, it's one of those situations where it's just, you know what I mean? It's one or two things I could be doing better, I didn't do as good. So I am going to try and do what I need to do. So hopefully today I will sort out the Rufius issue. But I think that's to do with the willow bark. I'm not going to rush the conversation. I ain't going to be in a rush to have a conversation with him because I've fluffed it and had to restart the day. I think I've got a fresh go with him now, and I'm not going to waste that go on him. What I intend to do is, well, different, somewhat different.
Name's Rufius. Better watch your step. Whatever.
I've got nothing to say to him right now because I want to make sure that the next time I attempt that conversation, I get it right. So for now, I'm going to leave that. And there's something else I'm going to try and do for the greater good. First I'm going to go up here. For starters, I could do with turning all those into them. Okay, so when I get up there again, because I know there is something up there again that might end up being of a help. So, yes, because I know that the last time I went out, once I normally go down there, that's it. There's no going in, and I know she warned me. But I think there is something that I can grab in there that will help me with something. That's okay, pal. That's fine. You listen to it. That's good enough for me. And how are you? Glad you're good. Take the denarii. Party ho. Alright, so there must be a way in getting higher, because otherwise that would be pointless doing them. So now I'm going to do myself a little exploration. Yes, this wastes time, but I was never expected this to be a fast process anyway. There's obviously no way, so what's the point in golden them if you can't do anything? That is the most weirdest thing I've ever. Surely, I mean, I've done what I want to do going that way, but I think I forgot to pick up something that looks like that thing I can't pick up. Unless I did pick it up, let me just check. Wrong button. No, not the citizen register. Not the letter from Sentius to Duty. Yeah, I got 3 of those. Is it manhandle? I got a fletched outfit. I got a bounty notice. The golden bell. I got the key to the palace doors. Key to the chest in the shrine of Apollo, which I believe I have done. Rufius treatment notes. Key to malleolus's villa, a bottle of wine. Right, okay. So, now, let's look at what there is to do on my, not the main goals. Now, my main goals. So it's Peter Time Paradox, yes. Now that, the Golden Rule, yeah. The Herculean task. I'm going to hopefully do that this time, but then we've got figure out we do this contest for a key to the persistent. Get Dewey's key to the persistent by releasing the opposite. Find a creative way to the persistent. Yeah, okay. That I know about. We've got Sinner. I'm not doing that yet because I've got to persuade Rufius into not. Yeah. I don't want to waste another conversation. We'll have to stand there and restart the day. I don't think I've got the patience to do that again. So I'm going to make sure I've got something concrete to make sure I can do it. Vanishing Act, figure out what happened to Scintilla. That one. Virtuous Democracy in Action, that's the one I'm currently doing. I know how to do that, but I need to do all sorts of jobs in which I think it consists of 4 errands, and before I can elect him, I need to get him to do all 4 as if he's the one that's done them, instead of me. So I will have to restart the day one last time, but that'll be the only time I want to, so yeah. So then it's as if he did everything instead of me. So then people will then like him enough to vote for him. Then obviously the Roman plaque, the Greek plaque, the Egyptian plaque, and the steep plaque. Yep. So right then, so I've got all these things to do. So I've got to try and think of how I'm going to do it. Well, I'm not going to get any other plaques yet. I'm going to get the ball rolling with the plaque, but I think I'm going to stand there and do the malleolus thing.
How come you're allowed a weapon and I... Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and elected your magistrate. Yes, thank you.
Domitius doesn't usually let anyone in here without a hefty tribute, so you must have been desperate to see me. Well, what do you want? Are you insane? You barge into my villa, uninvited, and then make outrageous demands? Why would I withdraw from an election I'm bound to win? Don't talk nonsense. There's no such thing as the golden rule. How could you possibly know that? Nonsense! This is nonsense! I don't know how you know about my plans, but I'm absolutely sure Sentius is involved somehow. And now, I'm going to enjoy watching Domitius kill him even more. Now, get out of here! You outstayed your very limited welcome.
So it's me I've effed up with him now. Doesn't mean to say I'm not going to give her this, because if this stays gone,
you're not supposed to be in here. Talk. What business could you possibly have with me? My marital affairs are no concern of yours. Thank you very much. Barge into my villa and offer me wine. I'd have you thrown out, but it just so happens that is exactly what I need. The question is, what do you want for it? Ah, it seems Bacchus smiles on me once again, and I believe I have just the thing you're looking for. Some time ago he wrote me a letter and signed it Quinctius, apparently by accident. I've kept it ever since, hoping one day I'd find out what it meant. I'll happily show it to you for that wine. Thank you. Here's the letter.
okay.
Now, perhaps you can tell me who Quinctius really is.
What?
He's... Oh no, that's... quite a lot more serious than I imagined. I only wanted some leverage over him, not to destroy him. Give me that immediately. Nobody else must know.
Hold on.
What? No. You tricked me, you mendacious little stirkers. I curse you. I curse your life and mind and memory. May you be unable to walk or eat or drink. May this drag you to the depths. This is outrageous.
I'm going to enjoy this. But what matter what happens either way? I've done what I needed to do. And if I have to restart the day, then I have to restart the day, won't I really don't mind.
Get out of my villa before I have Domitius throw you out.
Oh dear. I've said the wrong thing here.
You fool. You fool.
Keep an eye out for Santilla, would you?
Well, so that one's off the menu for now.
Isn't the great temple majestic?
Ah, a new face. Salve, and welcome to our little community. My name's impossible to pronounce for most people, so you can just call me Virgil. I hear we have you to thank for saving Julia's life. I'm glad you arrived when you did. Well, I'm an architect. Or at least I was back in Rome. That's probably too grandiose a term to describe what I do here. Help out with repairs and try to stop old buildings from collapsing on people. That kind of thing. But you probably don't want to hear about the ingenious architecture or mysterious history of this place. I like that. We're going to get on well, friend. Nice to talk to you.
Hello?
No, I'm afraid I'm not going to speak to you at the moment, Lulu. No reason to come to you again. Unfortunately for you.
We all went along with the magistrate's weapons ban, so it wouldn't be an issue.
I could potentially come one of these ways, because one of the plaques. I'm not ready to plaque yet. I'm trying to work out how to do something else at the moment. I mean, technically it is a bit weird and silly because it's something I can do right now, and I'm wasting time trying to do the don'ts rather than doing one of the do's, but it's because one of the don'ts is doing my head in too much. Right, so let me just remind myself of something. Right. I'm gonna go and grab that again just in case. Just to be on the safe side.
All weapons are to be tossed into the chasm.
Cerberus lifts his triple head and lets out his threefold braying.
Vivian, would you stop muttering like Medea over a cauldron? You'll scare away my customers.
They follow their traits, imitating their previous lives, but they are ignorant.
This again. You're in a world of your own.
Right. We'll see if I can say the right choices this time.
No idea what you're talking about. Yes, so what? What are you going to do about it? And why should I? The one true God says that for man to lie with another man is an abomination. His presence here is a threat to us all. Well, I don't know. Maybe God hasn't noticed yet. But when he does, we're going to have a problem. There's only one true God. And he laid waste to Sodom and Gomorrah because of exactly this kind of thing. I don't like where this is going. Smart. Now get lost. We're done talking. I have nothing to say to you, kaput mada.
I'm going to give up on the Senate before long.
Are they?
Oi! How did you get in there, you cheeky little sturkers? If I cop an earful from Malleolus, I'll be coming for you.
I wouldn't worry because... Well, looks like I'm going to have to get another Sylvium resident. I'm starting to get rather annoyed with this now. How many more times am I going to have to restart this from it going so wrong so many times? I'm the only one that gets really annoyed. Can I get the conversation right with Rufius? I'm going to lose the world to carry on in a minute. And here we go again, whatever could it mean?
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are and what you're doing with that bow on your back? Oh, sounds serious. I'm listening. Yulia? Oh no. All right, I can do that. All right, let me see. Stop Fabia going in, but send the new arrival to the empty shrine. Understood.
Means I'll be doing this one more time when I want to stand there and get one of the plaques, but luckily no, I'm not going to rush to do that.
I'll go, but once I'm done, I'll need you to tell me how you know all of this.
No matter what happens, because of what you had to do to get one of the plaques, I'd have to restart the day again anyway, which is going to annoy me yet again. I'm so glad I don't intend to do what's your story and do them conversations more than once. Once you've done them once, you can still do the jobs. You don't have to know you in order to do the jobs, luckily. Because if it did go like that, then I'd probably get bored and annoyed very quickly. So, I'm going to try this one more time. I'm going to find Rufius, and if I don't do it, I'm either going to end the stream or won't give a damn about ever doing this quest. I will officially give up probably forever. Because how many times have I failed this conversation with him now? Too many times. too many times. Oh my days, this is even worse. Oh dear. I'm going to give this one more go. If it goes wrong again, that's it. I'm done with the sinner.
Name's Rufius. Better watch your step. No idea what you're talking about? Yes, so what? What are you going to do about it? And why should I? The one true God says that for man to lie with another man is an abomination. His presence here is a threat to us all. Well, I don't know. Maybe God hasn't noticed yet. But when he does, we're going to have a problem. There is only one true God. And he laid waste to Sodom and Gomorrah because of exactly this kind of thing. I don't like where this is going. I have no idea what you're talking about. And unless you want your jaw broken, I think it's best if you don't ever talk to me again.
Oh well. I'm going to give that a miss now permanently. I've run out of patience. Right, so what next? That one.
Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been... Domitius doesn't usually let anyone in here without a hefty tribute, so you must have been desperate to see me. Well, what do you want? My name is Marcus Malleolus Gurgis. You seem to have confused me with someone else. You mean my heterochromia? I am guilty of nothing more than having different colored eyes. And I'm hardly the only person with the condition. Alexander the Great had it too, as it happens. I like to think it is simply the way the gods have chosen to mark a natural-born ruler. Nothing more. Unlikely, because it simply isn't true. Now, was there something else you wanted? Are you insane? You barge into my villa, uninvited, and then make outrageous demands? Why would I withdraw from an election I'm bound to win? So, it finally caught up with me. I suppose that makes you one of Nero's assassins? So, you're not going to kill me? Oh, so much work and money. Oh, well, if I do it, you'll let me live? Fine. Ruling this cesspit of a city would have been beneath me anyway. I'll have Domitius notify the priestess of my withdrawal and release those two from debt bondage. There, you got what you wanted. Now, please, leave my villa and never speak to me again.
There you go. I can go tell Ulpius now. He won't jump. Wow. You're quick.
Domitius, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
I've made a decision to release Julia and Ulpius and withdraw from the election. I want you to go and inform Equitia.
Sir? Are you under duress, sir?
I've just had a change of heart.
But you were on track to be magistrate, sir. All that work, all that money, wasted.
Those are my orders. Carry them out.
As you wish, sir.
Oh dear, I think it's brilliant. Yep, now I'm gonna go up there.
priestess. Malleolus has decided to withdraw from the election.
All weapons are to be tossed into the chasm.
Up is this way.
On your best behavior, I trust.
Of course.
That is all.
Remember all you want, I'm not even going to bother, I'm not even going to stand there and bother, I'm not even going to stand there and dignify you with a conversation attempt anymore. Even if the day restarts, I'm not going to waste my breath trying it.
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the Golden Rule. It's a ghastly thing, is it not? How are you faring so far? All right, well, it was lovely to meet you. I look forward to getting to know you better over the coming months. And if you ever...
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. No, 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 no. Rufius, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think I'm stuck for the rest of my life working for a man who treats me like an animal?
I know things are hard for you right now. They're hard for all of us. We're all in this together, Rufius. Please just think this through. If you do this, it could be the sin that seals all of our fates. Is that what you want?
I'm sorry, but I just don't care anymore.
Please, Rufius. Help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never had to deal with this sort of thing. Please, you need to talk to him. Thank you. And please, choose your words carefully.
It's too late for that. Yulia and I made a pact, and she's already swallowed hemlock this morning. If I backed out now, I'd be betraying her. I can't do that. What? Are you messing with me? We're free. We're free. Thank you. It seems fortune smiles on us after all. I'd better go and pay a visit to Yulia immediately. I just wish there was some way I could repay you. But I have nothing but the tunic on my back. Ah. And there it is. All right. Scintilla and I were in love. And then, 22 days ago, she went missing. All right. One night a few months ago, when I was cleaning Malleolus's villa, I heard a young woman singing. It was the most beautiful thing I had ever heard. I wasn't allowed out, so once everyone else was asleep, I climbed up the inside of the villa and onto the roof, just to see where that sound was coming from. And that's when I saw her. Standing in the garden of the magistrate's villa, I just sat there on the roof, listening to her with my chin on my knees. And for the first time in a long time, I felt hopeful. And then she looked up and saw me, and She smiled. I knew at that moment the fates had brought me to her, and from the moment she asked my name with this warmth and curiosity, I knew I'd have done anything for her. And so for weeks on end, each night I'd climb out of the villa and into her father's garden. We'd hold hands and talk about all the things we'd do once we got out of here. Like having our own vineyard. And then one morning I woke up and everyone was out searching for her. They said she'd vanished in the night. All I could do was keep my head down and try to hide how beside myself I was. Scintilla was the one thing that made my life bearable. But with her gone, things unraveled quickly. You saw how bad it got. All I know is she loved me. And if she had known a way out, she would have told me. She'd never have taken her own life. And there's no way anybody could have killed her under the golden rule. I can't prove it, but I just know she's still alive somehow. Even now, it's as if I can hear her voice in my head, crying out to me. That can only mean one thing. Somebody abducted her. I have no idea how, or who would want to do something like that to such a sweet, lovely girl. But what else could have happened? My guess? Malleolus had something to do with it. He is without doubt the most evil man I have ever known. I have no idea where he'd be keeping her, but there is one room in his villa, upstairs, which is always locked. I've never seen the inside of it, and I haven't been able to steal a key without breaking the golden rule. But I have a feeling that if you could get in there somehow, it would shed light on a great many things. Oh, I see. That was the only idea I had. I'll give it some more thought. Come and find me a little later. I'll go and take care of things with Malleolus and tell Yulia the good news. Thanks again, friend. I'll never forget what you did for us.
I know what I'm going to do to get Rufius back. Giving up on the sun. I doubt the malleolus. No, I said I was going to get the ball rolling with the plaque. And that's exactly what I'm going to do now.
Thank you, Rufius. I will.
Welcome.
And there they are, look. It's a job well done.
Salve.
I'm in a rush. Too much of one. I don't know where it's up to. Oh, of course, why don't I just follow the gold flag?
Salve, friend. What you did was extraordinary, and I'll never forget it. I'm thankful that you're here. Can I help you with something? Even if I had seen it, and I'm not saying I have, I couldn't in good conscience give it to you. That's all I'll say. Ah, that's a shame. Another time, then. Lovely to see you again. Can I help you with something? Please keep that to yourself. I know you're not from around here, but things are very difficult for us right now. There was a terrible fire in Rome last year, and our emperor decided to make us his scapegoats. There were executions. It was horrible. Oh, thank you. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. I think about those words a lot. I'd like to think that if we all love our neighbours as ourselves and do to them as we'd have them do to us, then we'll all be fine. But on the other hand, I was always taught the intent of man's heart is evil from his youth, and that all of us are born with a tendency towards sin. And that's where I get stuck. Is it true? Are we born with a tendency towards sin? If that's true, then sooner or later, things are going to end badly for all of us down here. Unless, of course, there's some kind of divine intervention. Ah, that's a shame. Another time, then.
Well, it's not got it as an option, so... It's got us judges about the Greek war.
Salve.
It's looking grim for the better ending at the moment.
Ah, a fellow traveler from a faraway land. Greetings, I'm Georgius. It gladdens me to see another foreigner in our midst. We must stick together, you and I. My friend, your words intrigue me more and more. But yes, very well. Ask me what you will. Ah, I knew this day would come. I do not wish to lie to you, my friend, but even discussing this matter is dangerous. Please, let us leave the live coals safely beneath the ash. Very well, but the magistrate would not look kindly on this, so please keep it to yourself. For several months now, I have been sneaking out at night to worship the gods of my ancestors in the temple of Demeter. Each day, I leave offerings of food in the hope that we may have a bountiful harvest, and yet the next day when I return, the food is missing. So I ask, who or what is devouring the food in this temple? Stranger still. Once I sat in front of my shop like the 100-eyed Argus until dawn to see if I could spot a thief going in. But do you know what I saw? Nothing. Nobody entered. And yet when I went to take a look, my offering was gone. It is bizarre, is it not? When I told my friend Kabash of this at the tavern, he offered to help investigate. He went in, and to my dismay, he was never seen again. It is the only Greek temple in the city. Head towards the baths, and it is the last building on your right. Gladly. And in a city full of Romans you are asking me, because I am Greek, let me tell you something about Greeks and Romans. My name is Georgios, yes, but the Romans, they do not care. They hear me say Georgios, and they think, ah, he must mean Georgius. Good Roman name. They do this all the time. They see us worshipping Zeus, they copy us, but call him Jupiter. They take Hades and call him Pluto, Persephone, Proserpina. I am flattered that they copy our ideas, but why must they change the names? Do they want credit for making it all up? Do they want to forget where it came from? At first, I pull my hair out. After a while, I give up, and I become Georgius the Roman. I accept the world is Roman. Plus, I have no hair left to pull. But my point is this. If you want to know who stole an old Greek name, look no further than the sticky-fingered Romans. The plaque you seek was pilfered from a collection of old Greek relics by none other than Dully. He cannot help it. Like a typical Roman, he likes shiny things, especially those that once belonged to my people. And besides, it makes him happy. So I say, let him keep it. I believe he still has it with him, in his cell, just opposite the Temple of Demeter. I hope that our paths cross again soon, my friend.
Right, so that must mean that. Right, okay then, so that tells me it's time to go in there. Right. Okay, let's come this way. A man over there.
Come and join me by the fire. Welcome, welcome. May I ask your name? It's a sincere pleasure to meet you. Tell me, what brings you all the way down here? Ah, Kabash. I know this man. He came through here some weeks ago. I will tell you everything I know, but first, a request. I've been living down here alone for many years, with nobody to talk to but myself. The one thing I long for above all else before I die is a good philosophical argument with somebody astute. I'm hoping that person is you. Let us find out with this simple question. Have you deduced the name of the god responsible for the Golden Rule? Excellent. I see you are indeed quite astute. Very few come to that realization before their time in the sun is over. Now, will you join me in a friendly Socratic dialogue? Wonderful. Then let me begin with a question. Would you say you know the difference between right and wrong? And to what extent? In every situation? So, you're not entirely confident. That is quite sensible. Indeed, I'm reminded of something Socrates once said. To paraphrase, better to know that you know nothing than to know nothing and think that you know. It is because knowledgeable people have learned enough to know they know very little, in the broader scheme of things. You see, out there in the world, being uncertain about right and wrong was acceptable, because our mistakes rarely had consequences. So we would tell lies and bend rules and turn a blind eye and rationalize, and yet still find a way to think of ourselves as good people. But under the Golden Rule, morality matters. The slightest wrongdoing could result in a mass execution. So to navigate this maze, we would have to be certain about the difference between right and wrong. Wouldn't you agree? So let me ask you this. Is there one system of morality which is always perfectly correct, which you could follow in every situation and always do the right thing? Let me guess. Is it yours? So you think of all the thousands of competing morality systems that exist. All of them were wrong, except yours, which is always perfectly correct. And that's a credit to you. It is the mark of a civilized person to change their position when presented with a superior argument. My point is this. I don't think anyone alive truly knows any hard and fast rules about right and wrong. If there is one thing I have observed about rules, it is that virtuous people do not need them, and evil people will always find a way around them. And so we must accept our limitations, and the sad truth that no human society will ever achieve the utopia for which it strives. In mathematics, we would call it an asymptote, a line that can be approached but never reached. Because the only way to create a utopia is with the ever-present threat of force, such as the Golden Rule. This and no other is the root from which a tyrant springs when he first appears as a protector. And life under tyranny is no utopia at all. I'm glad to hear that. In any case, thank you for humoring an old man. I would be happy to answer your questions. You mean, how did I end up living alone in this cave with nothing but these relics of the past for company? It's a long story. I was a quarrelsome young man. At 19, I left Corinth for Rome to study rhetoric at one of her finest academies, so I could argue more forcefully. Back then, I used to enjoy verbally sparring with everyone I could. And I was good. One night I found myself in a tavern, in an argument with a drunken mercenary. It became heated, he drew a gladius, and I won the argument, but lost my life. I woke up on the banks of the Styx at a campfire opposite Karen. Of course, I tried to persuade her to let me return, but even with all my skill, I failed. I settled in, made friends, and learned what I could, quickly realizing our little community faced certain death under the Golden Rule. So I began looking for a place to hide underground. Fortunately, I found this place waiting for me. You see, I was not the first to take refuge here. I returned to my friends above, persuaded them to join me, and 12 of us descended for the last time, to live out our days hidden from Hades' tyranny. Living in darkness is not without its challenges. The first challenge is diet. Fortunately, I found that eating fresh fish provides most of the nutrients I need. And sometimes, when there are Greek people living up above, I surface at night and salvage the offerings they've left in the temple of Demeter. The greater challenge is the isolation, so I like to imagine arguments, where I argue both sides. But, like so many things in life, arguments are better with a partner. They are one and the same. The Romans call him Pluto, but long before that, my people called him Hades. My generation was wiped out, turned to gold, many years ago. My friends and I were able to avoid the same fate by hiding down here. I think it's safest to assume that if I was to return, Hades would realize that his furies hadn't finished the job, and he'd send them after me again. I fear that if you were to utter my name in the city, even by mistake, that Hades would hear you and know I am still alive. I'm afraid I am the only one left. There were 12 of us in the beginning, but one by one, my friends passed away. Some from malnutrition, others from madness and despair. It has been lonely. Before my unexpected visit from Kabash some weeks ago, I'd not seen another person in many, many years. As you wish. If I did, would I be living like this? Did we not discuss it at length already? Oh, I see. You're toying with me. Ha! You seek the plaque bearing the Egyptian inscription. It is a cursed object, and I would be happy to give it to you if Kabash had not already taken it. I will tell you, but you may find him hostile. To prepare for your encounter, there are certain things you must know. Very few know this, but before the Romans came to this city, it was once entirely Greek. The architecture, the temples, and the people. When the Romans came, in typical fashion, they claimed it as their own, built over everything that could be built over, and renamed the things that could not. Thus, the shrine of Persephone became the shrine of Proserpina. And when they found an obelisk bearing the name Hades, they tore it off and replaced it with Pluto instead. And the city's dwindling Greek residents, witnessing this compulsive Roman conquest, decided to preserve what they could of their heritage. They gathered their art and valuables, secreted them away through the Temple of Demeter, and hid them here, out of reach of the Romans. However, there was one thing that always seemed out of place to me, and it is the very thing you seek. An even older plaque bearing an Egyptian inscription. We had no idea until years later, when the first of my friends began to die. As a result of their deaths, we began to dig catacombs branching off from this cavern to lay them to rest. We extended the tunnel so far that we accidentally discovered another, an even older tunnel, which somebody had gone to great lengths to keep hidden. Suddenly it made sense why there was an out-of-place Egyptian plaque among our people's possessions. You see, we proud Greeks had thought the Romans beasts for stealing and corrupting our heritage. But it turns out this game has been going on much longer than any of us imagined. I think it is best you head through the catacombs and follow Kabash's trail. There are certain things you must see for yourself. Take this key. You'll need it to open the gate. I enjoyed our chat, but please, keep my presence here a secret, yes?
Okay.
Ah, you've returned.
Bloody hell. Oh, crap.
Stop. Do not come any closer. Who are you? I am Kabash. And let me guess, another Greek or Roman come to loot and plunder the resting place of my ancestors, To what end? That is welcome news. You really are not Greek or Roman, are you? I was planning to return it myself, but for now, I must remain. Here, take it, and restore the honor of Osiris. Now, as for the other plaque. Indeed, I have it right here. I stumbled across a collection of dusty curiosities while searching for a place to hide from the hungry children of Amit, and there it was. You may not. In fact, I am about to destroy it. Because it speaks a treacherous, blasphemous lie. I will tell you, but first, do you know what this place is? Indeed, and I see you know our history. This is the Dua. Have been down here for weeks, piecing together its story. And here is what I have learned. As Egypt declined, and the Greeks had their turn to flourish, their souls came here in great numbers. But instead of adopting our ways, they copied and corrupted them. When they found the obelisk bearing the name Osiris, the true god of the underworld, they desecrated it, removing his name and replacing it with Hades. Even the ferryman of the dead, known to my people long before as Kerti, they renamed to Keron. As if that desecration was not enough, they built over this place, using it as the foundation for their own underworld, so that ours was forgotten. My only solace is that the Greeks then suffered the same fate when the Romans lost power, renaming Hades to Pluto, and the cycle began anew. I am glad to hear, which brings me to this other, fourth plaque. It is inscribed with a script I do not recognize, but it is ancient, almost as if it is older than the plaque bearing Osiris' name. But if that is so, it would imply the gods of Egypt are mere imitations too, copied and corrupted from an ancient people who prospered even before us. And that my people did to them what the Greeks and Romans did to us. But this I cannot accept. I sense a deception. Perhaps it is the work of Set, the usurper, seeking to undermine Osiris once more. You will never know. This work of sacrilege must be destroyed, thrown into the black abyss below in Osiris' name. You are too late. It is done. It could not have gone any other way. It was Osiris' will. Now, the thing of evil you sought is gone. Why are you still here? I am from Rufius, which you may know as Alexandria, the name of the city the Greeks built over it. I was a fisherman, like my father before. Since the Romans had taken over from the Greeks, I took the opportunity and eventually traveled to Rome. When the fires broke out last, I tried to help. I gathered terrified locals into my boat and led many of them to safety far beyond the Tiber. On my 7th trip, a passenger demanded to wait for his brother. But we were full to almost tipping, and smoke was all around us. I told him his brother would have to save himself, and he tried to bribe me by placing a coin into my hand. When I refused, he drew a dagger and thrust it between my ribs. I awoke on the banks of the river to a stranger wearing a ram headdress. He said his name was White, and at the time, I simply thought him odd. It did not dawn on me until much later that he was the killer, the ram-headed ferryman described in the Book of the Dead. Good. Be gone from this place. Wait. You are planning to go down there. I see it in your eyes. I urge you, return to the surface with the Romans. It will be safer for you.
What would I be hearing your noise through that conversation? Let's go back and talk to this guy.
Beware the children of Amit. You again. What is it now? This is where I belong, as caretaker of the memories of my people. If our ways are to be remembered, it falls to me. I think if someone is to break the golden rule, it will not be me. For I try to live as I always have by the command of the goddess Ma'at. Do to the doer to make him do. As for the punishment that will come from it, I finally understand why it has long been said among my people that gold is the skin of the gods. I do not know. What could possibly lie beneath the underworld? Perhaps it is infinite darkness. Perhaps it is the lair of Amit, the devourer of souls. All I know is, it would be unwise to venture down there. Most unwise. Good. Be gone from this place. Wait. You are planning to go down there. I see it in your eyes. You would plunge into the depths of the Duat with no way back up. Madness. We shall see.
Oh. Fantastic. Great. I don't trust. I'm not gonna come across any of those things. I already, before I got to the guy that decided to throw the plaque down in this hole, just because of some weird reason.
When I told you that you would not find a way back up, that was not a prediction. That was a promise. You will die here. Do not be a fool. I have the higher ground. Good. I welcome it. You see, the philosopher told me that each time it breaks, Osiris bellows with rage, and his voice shakes the very foundations of the earth. I can only hope one more tremor will lay waste to this fragile place once and for all, and you along with it.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
What? Must be another way for me to do this.
When I told you that you would not find a way back up, that was not a prediction. That was a promise. You will die here. I disagree. I warned you against coming down here, against perpetuating this sacrilege, but you persisted. You have undermined and dishonored the true God of the underworld. How did you think this would end, if not with bloodshed? Very well, I will listen. But if I sense deception, or if you further insult my gods, I will carry out my threat. So tell me, why should I let you live after you salvaged this instrument of blasphemy?
Nothing can be destroyed by the truth. It deserves to be destroyed by the truth. There's no shame in building on the works of people who came before you. I'm just trying to replace all the plaques taken from me. They're separated up.
Why? To what end? But why? What business could you have with Osiris? Blasphemous fool! You have sealed your own fate.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
How can I put us into this back to the what's it? I'm below. Oh my word. This is a real pain in my ass. Conversation that I can't seem to get right.
When I told you that you would not find a way back up, that was not a prediction. That you will. I disagree. I warned you against coming down here, against perpetuating this sacrilege, but you persisted. You have undermined and dishonored the true God of the underworld. How did you think this would end, if not with bloodshed? Very well, I will listen. But if I sense deception, or if you further insult my gods, I will carry out my threat. So tell me, why should I let you live after you salvaged this instrument of blasphemy? That may be true of many things, but this is different. If our gods were copied and corrupted from an older civilization, does that not mean they are false? Does that not mean our prayers to our gods all fell on deaf ears because we were not even addressing them by their true names? Now that I think about it, my people would sometimes call Osiris the god of many names. Perhaps it is so, but the underworld of my people is so different to this one, and so unlike the way it was described by our priests. Many of my ancestors endured great hardship to live good lives so that we may descend to the Duat in death and be judged accordingly. We prepare to have our hearts weighed on Anubis' scales and to swear ourselves innocent of sin before the 42 assessors of Ma'at. And yet, I arrive here to find the Book of the Dead contained only a seed of truth. And now, I ask myself, did our priests steal and embellish the stories of an older people and feed us lies all our lives simply to trick us into obedience? I am not sure I follow. Speak plainly. Perhaps there is some truth in that. What is your point? You are persuasive. Very well. I will let you live, and you may do what you will with that plaque. I will remain here for a while, and attempt to learn what I can about the foundations of my people's beliefs. Go.
Right, up I go, just in case. Ah, I see. Let's leave.
Ah, you've returned.
I've done what you asked now. I have no reason at all now it's back. I think I'll be alright now. I can go with the torch for now. until further notice. Well, I think this has almost concluded it. Ooh, 1 hour 51, I've got 9 minutes to go. Okay, I'm back. So I have the Egyptian book. Yeah, how do I get her to do that? Yeah, I completely understand that.
Fortune smile on you, sister. Salve again, friend. I went and did as you asked, and it worked. How is it possible that you've just arrived here and you already know everyone and exactly what's about to happen to them? You're toying with me, right? Wait, you're not kidding, are you? That's the only way you could have known. You're a bit like... Oh, what was his name? Sisyphus. Yeah, that's the one. Old King Sisyphus. Sisyphus was a Greek king a long time ago. For daring to think he could outsmart the gods, he was given a terrible punishment. He was forced to push a great boulder up. Anyway, I don't know which god you managed to upset to get yourself into this... Oh, now...
I'm fed up of hearing the same words, so I'm just going to do that. No offence. But I've heard Claire say that quite a few times now. So I'm just now going to stand there and decide what's next on the menu for me. Not ready to do that yet. I've had to give up on that for the time being. Basically all these. Okay.
I saw you slide down that rope before. Very impressive. And strange, too, since that device you used is exactly the same as one I've been working on for weeks. Oh, of course! It's because I already gave it to you in a previous time loop, isn't it? Anyway, I'm sorry to ask, but is there any chance you'd be willing to do me a favor? Well, I've been trying to get this rare flower from the rock spire in the middle of the lake. It's too steep to climb, so I hung a rope over the lake and made this pulley device, only I couldn't quite summon the nerve to use it. Do you think you could use the device again and try to get that flower for me? I don't really feel comfortable talking about it. Oh, thank you. It would help me a lot. There's no rush, just whenever you get a chance. All right. See you around.
Shall I quickly get the flower before I end it? Let me just check. I've got 5. Well, I'll attempt it. I emphasise the words attempt because it's just... well, ridiculous. springs to mind? Wow, that's stupid. Oh my word. That's a lot. That's a shot. A little tiny thing like that, and I've got to land on the damn thing. Look at the state of that. No wonder you were to try it. It's ridiculous. Very ridiculous. There must be a way to get out. What on earth? Oh, brilliant. I don't have to trick it to take me to the Watson. There it is. I simply found it and picked it up. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, that is not even close to fair. Is there a key around here? Might be jumping the gun, doing that. At least I still did it to climb over another top. Ah, key to secret shrine. Don't mind if I do. I've ended up doing all of this by accident, just by attempting to get a flower. This is definitely one for the ages. So I've all of this just to end up back here, when all I did was go in there by accident when attempting to get the flower. Anyway, I think that's all we've got time for. I'm not going to try the flower now because of that extra bit that I've just done by mistake, making it take longer than it should. So, this is where I say I save it. Yep, that's the one I'm currently on. To obtain a flower for Galerius. So... okay, so I managed to get I actually found another plaque by accident. So let me get this straight. I try and get a flower, end up going this weird pathway in trying to make it back, to retrace my steps back to where you go to the rope in order to attempt to go on it, and then end up finding one of the plaques that I'm trying to find out the four by accident. Well, I'm almost there. The thing is, it's looking grim with getting all the plaques because of the way you get one of the plaques. It's important I do the sinner. If I can't work out that conversation with the sinner, I won't be doing it. Because of the way you have to get one of the plaques. Which is going to be a problem. And a big one at that. But still. I might just have to do, I am going to find a way to do Sinner. Even if it's the last thing I do to get. Even if I do that, obviously one of them I won't do, and you'll find out why, because I'm actually going to give you a special scoop at the end of this. What I'm going to do, as you know, I've done my I've still got my non-stream character, Quaid, on my other file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do everything I can to do the Sinner, do everything I can to do the ending where you find all the plaques, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to show my viewers the ending I've already done once after I've done the best one, because the ending I did wasn't the best one, because the best one, unless the best one reveals the other. Now, if the best one does not reveal anything about the other ending, then I'll do the other ending. But if that one leaves you in the dark about the way the other ending is, then I don't see the point in showing viewers the other ending. It really depends. That's what I say I'm going to show you the other ending, but actually it depends if you hear of the ending when I do the best ending. Now, if I do the best ending, this will be the first time because I didn't manage to do it on my non-streaming one when I did it with a guy called Quaid. Well, I just named him Quaid. Don't know where I got Quaid from. Just a name I just randomly made up when I went through it the first time around. This time, obviously, I'm female and I called myself Elisa. And obviously this time's been different because it knew so well with the plaques. For instance, I didn't trick Octavia into going to the secret shrine. Instead, I've gone for the flower. I've done this weird route, and ended up finding the plaque in which I needed to trick Octavia to go and find by complete accident. Now that don't normally happen. Anyway, tomorrow I will continue. Tomorrow it could well be, maybe, either the last or second to last stream. This ain't the longest game. What can make it long is knowing that you had to do certain conversations to get it right. The biggest pain in this one, I just wish there was a way in finding out the choices I picked back when I did it with Quaid. Because I did this in that back in Quaid's one. Need to remember what I said to Rufius. So annoying. Anyway, enough of my yapping. I will say thank you for watching, and I shall be back tomorrow with more Forgotten City. Bye bye for now.